Assalamualaikum and good day. I bid to Sir Wan Yusof and my fellow classmates. Firstly, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Afrisya Aryanie Binti Wan Razali and my metric number is L20A0046. Okay, so first let's start with the first question about the artifacts in my study and working space. The first artifacts that I have on my working or study table is a tiny or small blue mirror that I kept. I think it's been there for a long time ago, since the older one broke. I realized that there will always be a small mirror on my table. As an example, when I'm doing any assignments or taking notes from class, I will stop for a while and about 3 seconds looking myself into the mirror, examining if I'm looking decent. It is as simple as looking into the mirror and noticing that I look a little bit pale, so I grab a lip balm or anything to add colors to my face. In my opinion, it represents that I am such an insecure person about how I look. That way, when I have the mirror, I know that I look okay. I know that I don't look weird. The second artifact in my study space is my tumbler. Before starting doing any work at my study or working space, I will always go to the kitchen, make myself some iced drinks such as iced milk tea or iced tea or other sweet drinks, and then put in the tumbler and brought it to my table in my study space. When I got thirsty, I can just drink it right away without troubling myself to go and make myself another water in the kitchen, so it's really bothering me. I think it's quite irritating that I have to stop doing what I'm doing at the moment just for a sip of water. So this represents that I'm that person who hates leaving unfinished work. So whenever I got any work, I will get it done very quickly and fast. If I lose these two artifacts, I think it would really be troublesome for me because I get used to looking into the mirror, making sure that I look decent, making sure that I don't insecure with my face when I'm doing my work, and also drinking from this tumbler. I don't have to go out leaving my unfinished work, so it really helped me in many ways having those artifacts. So not having them is really making a trouble for me. Okay, so moving on to the second question. I wish I would have listened when I was in standard 4 and my teacher announced that any students that do not go to the school trips the next morning do not have to come to school for the next morning because there will be no teachers to teach because all the teachers join the school trip. So me, I do not join the school trip, but instead I still go to school the next morning because when my teacher announced it, I was busy doing other things. I think I was busy talking to other friends, or maybe I was doing other things such as coloring my books or anything what kids do at that time. And then the next morning I went to class, I went to school, but there's nobody, there's only me. So I wait and nobody showed up except me. After minutes of waiting, a teacher from another class passed by my school and told me that you do not have to go to school tomorrow, to come to school tomorrow, because other student is going to the school trip. So after hearing that, I have to walk to the school office 4 stays above. I have to climb the stairs just to borrow a phone to call my mother to come pick me up. I think it is troublesome and also a traumatic experience too, having to be the only kids that attend school that day because of my own careless of not hearing what my teacher said. In my opinion, this experience teach me that even if you're not interested about the conversation, even you think that okay, this is just for the students who's going to the school trip, not you, it doesn't mean that you don't have to hear it just because the information is not interesting to you. It shows me that it is very important to hear or listen when other person is talking, even if you are not interested in the conversation, because there might be some information that is meaningful or useful for you. So we cannot simply neglect the conversation just like that. I think that is all from me about my artifacts and an experience that I experienced a long time ago. That's all from me. Thank you very much for lending your ears.